Welcome back to the channel. Today we are looking at a good fun theory craft. Now the thumbnail is going to be Photoshop, but we're going to look and build a particularly overpowered build using all exotics and the idea of it. So please don't hate me. I had to get you all in here so we can enjoy some content together. But I'm just doing this one video on my Warlock, on my Solar. If it's enjoyed and people like it, I may make other classes and other subclasses and such things like that. But we are on the Warlock. Now, because it is the Solar part of the game, I'm doing a Solar build for my Warlock, and we're going to start with the actual build. So we've got Dawn Blade over here. We've got the Phoenix Dive, so you can heal yourself, because my build is all about just blowing things up and destroying. The Incinerator Snap, very good. It's going to work with one of the exotics, and then a Solar Grenade. You can also healing grenade here if you did want to heal, but I just love the Solar Grenade. It's my favorite grenade in the entire game. Then we have Touch of Flame, which improves all your grenades in general, so you can choose any grenade you want really. And then Icarus Dash, because we're going to be doing a lot of in-air dodging. We're going to be raining down like an AC-130. It's going to be incredible. Well, not really, but the idea of it. Then I just went for the Ember of Ashes to apply more Scorch stacks. We have the Ember of Char. Your Solar Ignition spreads Scorch to affected targets, so all those scorched enemies are just going to burn up. Ember of Singeing. Your class ability recharges faster when you scorch targets. This is so you can get your Phoenix Dive back quicker if you do need to heal. And then we also have Ember of Eruption. Your Solar Ignitions have increased area of effect, so you're just going to be setting things on fire and blowing them up and doing a whole bunch of damage. Let's next talk about the exotics, or a couple of them at least. I love Sunshot. 28,000 kills with it. I think it's the best, most easily accessible gun in the entire game, and it works so well with Solar, so my choice here would be Sunshot. But there's also Polaris Lance if you wanted to give that a shot. But while you're flying around in the air, you're really just going to want something that's fast firing. So I go Sunshot, and if you didn't want to exotic, you could go something like a Luna's Howl with, and that's not the right one, but I've got Incandescent on my other one. And then for the heavy, there's quite a few choices here. Whisper of the Worm if you like a bit of good sniping. Sleeper Simulant works with one of the exotics we're going to talk about. Galahorn, and obviously Dragon's Breath. Dragon's Breath for me is the choice here, because it's so ridiculously powerful that why would you not have it? And if you're going to have Dragon's Breath, your main gun should be Arbalest with this build, because you do need a good fusion rifle / linear fusion rifle, and this obviously is strong against barrier champions too, and it's just a pretty decent gun, you know. It's not a bad gun at all. But if you didn't want to go the linear fusion rifle route, Outbreak Perfected, utterly disgusting weapon, so ridiculously good, and I suggest everyone gets it right now. And then you could throw in an Austria Striga as well, because that's a fun cool gun too. Now for the exotic armors. First and foremost, we're going with Dawn Chorus, the most ugly helmet. Actually, it's not even the most ugly helmet, because we've got this one, the Centaur Taskmask. But one of the ugly helmets for the Warlock is the Dawn Chorus. So let me change that back to black, because we don't want a big blue head sticking on top. So Rites of Ember. Your Daybreak projectiles deal more damage and scorch targets on impact. Your scorch is improved, and you gain a small amount of melee energy when your scorch damages a target. Now this is all going to be overkill with all these perks, because with the build and all the perks, they're going to cross over with each other. But you know, if they all stacked on top of each other, you'd be doing incredible damage. Plus, I don't feel like there's anything else really in the helmet slot that's going to work with flying around in the sky like an AC-130. Next up, we have Sun Bracers, obviously. Increases the duration of solar grenades. Solar melee kills grant unlimited solar grenade energy for a brief time. So you're going to hit them with that Incinerator Snap, and then throw out 5 ridiculously good solar grenades that are burning the whole world down, and you're going to be doing it from in the sky. So you're just going to be absolutely just dropping it on people. Then for the chest piece, I had 2 in mind, but I went with the Wings of Sacred Dawn. One, because I think it just suits the idea of this build being flying around in the sky, but also as well because the exotic perk is pretty damn good. When Dawn Blade is equipped, aiming weapons while you're midair suspends you there for a short time, so you're just going to be hanging around in midair shooting things, reducing incoming flinch and granting damage resistance. Weapon hit extends the effect's durations, and weapon final blows reloads your solar weapons from reserves. It's going to work with your Sunshot, it's going to work with your Dragon's Breath or any of the other heavies, and then provides a large benefit to the airborne effectiveness stat of all weapons. So you're going to be hitting those shots from the sky, you're going to be hanging around, just chilling up there, throwing your grenades down with some bracers, and just having a good old party time up in the sky. And then for the boots, I didn't know what to do, because a lot of the boots revolve around your rift and stuff, but you're going to be up in the sky. So rain of fire is what we're going to be going for. So air dodge reloads all your weapons and improves the airborne effectiveness of fusion rifles and linear fusion. That's where your sleeper simulant and arbalest comes in. The final blows with these weapons make you radiant, so you get that radiant buff. Provides a moderate benefit to the airborne effectiveness of stat of fusion rifles and linear fusion rifles. So you're going to get a lot of in-air accuracy with these guns. You can be sniping people with your linear fusion rifles. You could be just firing dragon's breath on people. You could be throwing grenades at people all over the goddamn place. And with the aspect touch of flame, and then obviously Icarus dash, because you want to be dodging around to get those reloads and stuff, you are going to be an unstoppable menace in the sky. Now, there's probably more builds that could become from this, but for me, when I was looking at this, I was like, this is incredible. This is fun. This is a fun setup to have, is just absolutely destroying everything around you from the sky like an AC 130. And obvious as well, all this lines up with the artifact perks. So, you know, you've got your kindling trigger, radiant causes solar weapon to apply scorch to unscorched combatants. So again, you're throwing more scorches at people. The heart of the flame, casting your solar super grants nearby allies radiant, so you're helping your teammates. We've got the flint striker, rapid solar weapon precision hits and rapid solar weapon final blows grant radiant. So with the sunshot specifically, you're going to be annihilating people with a dragon breath. If you fire it into a group of enemies, you're going to have that radiant buff. So you could put on different aspects and stuff to help with, you know, keeping that radiant buff up, but you're up in the sky, you're just throwing things on people, you're not going to get hit a lot. Causing damage with a solar ability weakens champions, which is obviously very important, but you also have that arbalest. Then we have the overload rocket launchers, which is what I specifically go for because I use the dragon's breath. So overload champions can get taken down too. Raise of precision, while radiant solar precision final blows cause combatants to ignite. So while you're radiant with all the other buffs that you can get from the build, from the exotics and stuff, you will be able to cause combatants to ignite. So you're just having everything blow up all around you. And then obviously if you're on your own, you get extra damage. And there we go, back to my usual build for my Dawnblade. I love this blast furnace and I love this lunar tower. But yeah, that's the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think down below in the comment section. What other characters do you want to see? What other subclasses do you want to see? It's going to be quite difficult for some of them because there's not enough exotics, but I'm going to figure it out. So I might just do at least one more video, one for the Titan, one for the Hunter. And if nobody else likes it from there, I'll just leave it at that. But I enjoy this kind of stuff and I enjoy theory crafting. So let me know about your builds, what you would do and all that fun stuff. So yeah, thank you for watching. I've been easynow. You guys have been awesome.
Yeah.